Okay, so I never know how to start these videos out, but I'm just gonna start talking about what I'm here to talk to you. I'm talking to the world, Zoe. I'm trying to make a video.
Oh.
Do you want to say hi?
Hi.
Okay. Alright, so I'm making this video because I think I'm allergic to eggs. So about a week ago, I started a egg-free experiment. That means I decide not to eat eggs.
Okay, Siri, I'm coming.
I decided not to eat eggs just to kind of see what would happen. I've been carnivore for a little over 10 months at this point. That means I have not had anything other than food that comes from animals. So milk, meat, eggs, cheese, kefir. That's what I've been eating for the last 10 months. And in that time, I've healed a lot of things. A lot of things have have either completely went away or they have dramatically improved. There's one thing though that has been nagging, and it really wasn't a problem before carnivore, keto, or low carb, but it just kind of cropped up, and I didn't think too much about it when it first started, just because I was so happy about everything else I was gaining, like no more UTIs, no more anxiety, depression, no more high blood pressure, to name a few things. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it seemed like, I started to get these very, very crusty, ashy elbows. And
Your
they,
elbows are not crusty.
no, not anymore. They're not crusty anymore. But they were for a long time. So I noticed it first kind of cropped up like a year ago. This is when I was like keto, very low carb, and it was probably around March. And I noticed that on my elbows it was getting like crusty. It was like incurable ash. I mean, I was like slathering them with castor oil and shea butter and coconut oil, and nothing helped. They felt like sandpaper, and it was like paler where it was. I couldn't get a tan on it or anything. So then I started carnivore, and I was like, okay, well, hopefully going carnivore, this is gonna cure the elbow issue, whatever's going on here. And it didn't. Actually, it got worse at some points. What? Okay. I don't want this video to be 10 hours, so if you could just sit there and look pretty.
Okay.
Okay. Alright. Where was I? Okay, carnivore. Sometimes it was better, sometimes it was worse. And I just didn't really know what was going on. My attitude has been this whole 10 months, well, let's just see what happens. Let's see if it goes away. Anyways, about a week ago, it's like a light bulb kind of clicked, and I was like, ever since I started carnivore, when I first started out, I didn't do any dairy, but I kept eggs in. Huey, please. I kept eggs in, so it was meat and eggs for the first 3 months of carnivore. And so yeah, the light bulb went off, and I was like, well, hey, I don't know if I have egg sensitivities. I know, can you not move the camera, please? I know that some people have issues with eggs, so I should see if I'm one of these people. And I was like, okay, well, let's just see what happens. I wasn't thinking anything about my elbows. I was just like, well, let me see if I notice anything different without eggs. So 2 days into the egg-free, I noticed, it was very obvious, my elbows started to become smooth, they started smoothing out. And I was like, okay, so obviously, or not obvious yet, but it's looking like eggs have been an issue, and they may have been causing the crusty elbows, which you can still kind of see what I'm talking about.
Mama still has crusty elbows.
This patch here, and it was on both elbows. It was worse on this right one, but it was this patch here, and then here it wasn't Huey, please. It wasn't so crusty on the actual elbow bone, but like here it was like crusty and like rough and impossibly ashy. Here, sit here. So anyways, yeah, so it's only been a week and it's completely smooth. And like I said, I have been slathering it with castor oil, coconut oil, just trying to get it to like not be so rough and stuff.
Rough and stuff.
Yes, rough and stuff.
Wow.
And there's nothing on my elbows right now. I didn't put anything on them today, and they're not crusty. It's only been a week, and I feel like it must be the eggs, because the more I thought about it, the more I realized, yeah, that's obviously the culprit this whole time. So before low carb, keto, carnivore, any of that, I rarely ate eggs. During my vegan vegetarian stint, I was totally eggless for a good year. And then when I started low carb, keto, I started having a whole lot of eggs, because eggs are very nutritious, low carb, animal-based food. Yeah, they're delicious. They are delicious. And I didn't think of anything of it because I didn't feel any like digestive upset or anything, but it's looking like this whole time it's the eggs I've been eating have been causing this weird rash on my elbows. I don't know if it's because the eggs I've been eating are coming from chickens who have been fed soy or corn. That is a possibility, because I know that Zoe, my daughter, she gets this really weird rash when she is exposed to canola or soybean oil, and possibly soy in general. That might be the case. I am going to continue this egg-free experiment for like another month, for at least the month of May. It's almost the end of April now, so I'll do it through May. And then at that point, if this is still improving, and you know, it hasn't came back, then I don't want eggs to be forever not a part of my diet. So I'm gonna try out eating only the eggs that come from the farm where I get milk, and I do get eggs there too sometimes, but I haven't been exclusively eating eggs from the farm. I know that the eggs from the farm, those chickens are not fed any corn or soy. So it'll be interesting to see if it's all eggs, like if I have an egg white allergy, or if it's just because these chickens have been fed corn and soy. So yeah, that's the end of the video. And I hope you enjoyed watching me ramble while my kids act like clowns in the background. Alright guys, say bye.
Bye. My name is Zoe and I'm 7 years old.
until Sunday, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn 8.
Yeah, you're gonna be 8 on Sunday. Alright. Toodles.
Bye.